from ANTT Robotics and welcome to the 9th episode of IT Hacks presented to you by School of IoT and powered by ANTT Robotics. Well, this is the second last episode of our total series and yeah, we're at the end. So let's not really much. Alright, so in this episode we're going to create something pretty complex. I wouldn't say complex, but it's a lot of things mashed together to create one thing. Well, today we are going to create a smart home or an automated home. Like we're going to do home automation with using the School of IoT board. So how we can do that? Well, I don't know if you remember, but in the past episodes, the thing we've been doing are actually some small features of smart homes. So in this episode, we're going to combine all of the things we did in the previous episodes, and then we're going to just code our IoT board so we can just control our smart home. Yeah. So what do we need a smart home, to be honest? Like there is no use of it, right? Well, but come on, you do need a smart home. Like you can control it using your iPad, you can control it using your PC, you can control your home using any other stuff. And you can also just control it from anywhere. Like you forgot to turn on the lights, you forgot to turn off the lights while going outside, you can just like turn it off. Or you can just self-turn off because it's that smart. So let's see what are the required components here. Well, we have our fan, we have this DC motor acting as our fan or AC, we have the temperature sensor, and we have gas sensor, and we have an LED arm. Also we have LED, a small LED, we have a 220 ohm resistor. Yes, it is 220 ohm resistor, and we have another 10 kilo ohm resistor. So that's pretty much it. So why do we need these components? Well, we're going to do the basic things a house actually has. A house has an LED, it has this motor, it has this fans, it has this temperature, and also we're going to just match up the basic things. Alright, so let's connect it using our jumpers. Now we're going to start, well, it's a pretty long thing, so let's just do the easiest task first. Well, we're obviously going to use both of these relays, so what if we just connect the common pins of the relays? Then let's connect the common pins of the relays. Let's take this male to female, male to female. Alright. So our male to female, now we're going to unscrew it. Now we're going to unscrew this thing. Alright, it's done. Now we're going to connect our common pin. Alright. It's connected. So connect our common pin, and now we will connect our another common pin. Right, let's do it. So let's see. Okay, here we have our common pins connected. Now let's give it 5 volts. 5 volt, and here you have 5 volt. So we have finished the wire setting up on our board. Now let's move on to the sensors. So we have this gas sensor, MQ2, and we have this DHT11 temperature and humidity sensor. So let's see our code and see which pins they're connected to. Well, the LED is, well, we don't need the LED right now, we need the smoke sensor and the DHT11. Well, the DHT11, the temperature sensor, is connected with into pin 14. So let's see data pin 14. Now we are going to connect the data pin 14. Pin 14. So why are we connecting the data pins first, not the VCC or ground? Because we are just making sure that every of the connections are correct, because it's going to take a time. It's going to take quite a while to get this thing assembled. Alright, so the circuit, we have an analog output. Let's see where the smoke sensor is connected. It's connected with 39. Right. It's connected with 39. Let's connect the Now we can the data pins, now connect the GND, the ground and the VCC. So it's actually pretty easier this way because we're just going to need to connect this already known pins. So let's connect it. Oh, sorry. Alright. We will give it 3.3 volts. Alright. The temperature sensor and humidity sensor, it's connected. Temperature humidity sensor. Now we're going to connect the smoke sensor. Let's see the pin layout. The green one is 3.3 volts. And the G and T is the common ground. Alright, it's kind of getting adjusted, but it's alright. So we have our two sensors connected. We have this thing connected. Let's take it out, and now we're going to connect the motor. So let's see where motor is connected. The fan. Let's connect it with this. It's going to be 27 out and 27. Well, it's this relay. So it's cutting this relay. So I've already unscrewed it. So let's connect it. It's this side. So let's connect it. Alright, it's not going to stay like that. So we're just going to pull this wire first. Is it there? So we will connect it, and we're done. So the water is connected, and we're going to let the ground like this. So it just let it stay here. Now we're going to connect the LED and the LDR. So let's connect our LDR. So let's connect this thing. Alright, we have our LDR with the paper setup. Now we're going to take the what is it called, the 10 kilo resistor. Is it this one? No, it is this one. Which one is 10 kilo ohm? Oh, right, it is the 10 kilo ohm resistor. Well, we're going to connect it with it. So let's do it. One side goes here. Oh, we have metal now instead here, I guess. We'll connect it with. We'll connect it in here. It's actually quite easier in here, actually. Let's connect it. Now, if you've done that, now connect one side up to the ground. Connect this thing. Right. We didn't get any resistor, so it's done. Now connect our LED, the anode and cathode. Well, this side is the anode, so let's give it the same ground. Bend it like that. And now we're going to take the resistor. Now I'm going to do that. Alright. So our LEDs, they are connected, so let's take this, another jump wire, let's take another jump wires, and then connect this breadboard with the School of IoT. So let's connect this thing. We connect it here. Alright, and now, well, it's a male to male, sorry. But we're going to use a male to female. Where is male to female? Alright, here is male to female. Let's connect it here. Now we're going to connect these here. Alright. Let's check where the LED is in our port. The LED is 26. Oh, it's going to connect with the relay. So, male to male. Where is it? Well, we have a male in this here. Now we're going to connect the LED with the relay. So we'll connect with the relay pin. It's done. Alright, so it's connected. Let this thing get out. Well, we're not going to connect it directly here. We're just going to connect it with the common ground, because need wire management, because a clean wire management is actually satisfying to see. So let's connect this LDR. Alright, to connect this LDR with IP number 34. So IP number 34, where is it? We're done connecting it with IP number 34. Sorry for that. Well, pretty much our setup is finished. Now we're just going to power it. So let's connect it according to tradition. Why do we place it here? Actually, place it in there. Yes. Right. So according to tradition, let's give the GND black, the ground, connect it with ground, and we're going to connect the red one with the positive. And we're going to give it 3.3 volts. Oh no, we're going to give it 4 volts because, or 5 volts, because we have an here, because we have this. Now there's a no. This LED is nice. Let's do it. We can also give it 3.3 volts, no problem with that. So now we have done connecting this thing. Our circuit is totally complete. So now we're going to use a power supply, because why we use a power supply, because it's a lot of stuff. We need external power. So let's screw it. Alright. Okay, it's so tight. Alright, it's coming up. Let's connect it with production. Can you please extend this power supply wire? Alright, is it extended? Right, it's extended. Thank you, I guess. So we'll connect it here. Alright, we've connected our power supply. Now let's preview the circuit. We have our temperature and humidity sensor, we have the smoke sensor, we have this LED connected, we have this LDR connected, and we also have our AC or fan connected. Now it's totally done. So we're going to test if everything's connected properly. Like, production, can you please turn on the power supply? Let's see. Is it turned on? It's not turning on. Okay, the wire came out. Operation, can you turn off the power supply, please? Okay, sorry for that. Seems like the wire is kind of short. We need to solder it. Okay, I hope it doesn't come off this time, hopefully. Production, can you again turn on the power supply? Alright, we have everything working. We have our School of IoT, we have the sensors and everything connected. So now it's time for us to upload our code, bro. We can turn off the power supply right now, but as we want to check it quick, let's just upload this code and see if it actually uploads. So let's check our code and load it. So it's uploading right now. Alright, our code is uploaded, so let's take this thing out, and we have completed our automated home, like smart home. It's just that easy. Now we're just going to move with the software part, and hopefully we will have a working smart home, I guess. So let's move on with the software part. So let's start setting up our equipments. Well, there are a lot of work to do for this specific project, as we need to create a lot of stuff. We're going to name it Smart Home. Description: School of IoT project 9. Right, we're going to give it an icon. We're going to add action. Well, we're going to add 4 actions, 1 2 3 4, and 3 triggers. Now let's start naming them all. So the first one will be auto mode. It's boolean, default value 0. Second one will be fan. Third one will be LED. The fourth one will be buzzer. Now the triggers will be temperature, and light. Alright, so now we're just going to tidy everything up. And save it. Now we're going to register this. Where is it? We're going to register this. Register name will be smart home and submit. Now let's copy this token, smart home, and start pasting. Right, we are done pasting our tokens. Now we're just going to set up our dashboard. Well, let's not forget to upload the code. Let's add the switches. Well, we're going to add 4 switches and 3 triggers. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3. Alright, so let's name this the usual. Well, where is our... Okay. I don't know what's it doing here, but we just messed up our school dashboard, so it's not a problem. Let's continue. It's going to be named... Let's see the registry list, what there is. It's going to be named LED. Let's submit it. It should be buzzer, I guess. Smart home. Alright, it's buzzer. Now we're going to name the triggers. Temperature 0. Alright, let's name it temperature. And and submit. We're going to name this thing and we're going to name the last one, and that is light. Now we're going to just select the registry, trigger light, folder name 0, and done. It was the biggest one we have done yet for our dashboard, and it was quite easy. It didn't even take much time. So we're done here. Now let's see how it works. All right, our setup is done. We have done everything, circuit, everything, including, yeah, it's done. So we are going to take our device, as nobody wants to control their freaking home from a PC or something like that. So I'm just going to take my device, and as you can see, it's nice. So we are going to turn on auto mode. So what auto mode does is everything becomes automatic. So let's do auto mode. Okay, we're going to reload this thing because I guess my internet connection is quite poor. So let's right, so our thing is done. So we have turned on auto mode, and now what auto mode does is automates everything. Now we're going to just test it. So let's take our lighter. Well, before that, let's see if the LDR works. So just I'm going to cover it here with my fingers. I'm going to see if it works. Well, you have it. It turns on. I do release it. It turns off. All right, so it's working. I'm going to see if the buzzer works. So okay, that's quite fast. So it's going to turn off in a second. Now there's this humidity and temperature sensor. Well, we don't need to worry about that because as you can see, it's 25 degrees Celsius in here, so we don't basically need the fan. So it's just not turning it on. But obviously you can declare it on your code that you want to turn it on in this value. So that's pretty much it. It's basically smart home. You can just assemble all this in a house or a small house, or you can use your own actual house. So if you want to know about this whole IoT house, you can see our another video that we're doing about this whole house thingy. We made this small model of a house and assembled everything in there. So that's pretty much it for today's episode. See you in the next episode where we'll be doing something even better.